So today we will dive deeper into one of the more forgotten mechanics of Hearts of Iron 4, and that is coordination. If you want to win battles in HOI4, you really need to understand how coordination works, because coordination is the key to winning those battles. Since coordination helps you go over the defense or breakthrough value of your opponent, giving you that sweet 4 times the damage that we've been talking about on this channel that many times before. But first, most of you guys watching are not yet subscribers, so please push that subscribe button, like this content, and we will release a new guide every Monday from here on, and a lot of other Hearts of Iron 4 content. And for our Patreon, we also release a second guide every second week on Thursdays. And this guide is actually decided from one of our patrons, Clintbet, who wanted a guide on coordination, so here it is. So, coordination is part of the targeting mechanics. The more coordination you have, the more your units in combat will focus their attacks on one single unit, knocking them out of the fight. The targeting mechanic was implemented in No Step Back, so it has been with us for a while, but you really need to understand this. And I will repeat the mantra here. I won't go on forever about it, but you need to understand this thing that as soon as your attacks are higher than the opponent's defense or breakthrough value, you will gain 4 times the damage. And 4 times the damage is epic in this game. This is what really makes your unit, your templates, everything work. So if you need to understand that a little bit better after this video, yes, check the link in the description. I will put a picture up here which guys you should watch next. So, coordinating your attacks is extremely important. You increase the chance of getting that 4 times damage, and that's what matters here. And we will crunch some numbers, but first of all, let's just look into two battles. So, in this first example, I have set up two equally good tank forces. It's the same templates. They don't have any extra initiative. They don't have any doctrines on either side. No signal company, no research, no doctrines, no nothing. But we always have a base coordination, which is 35%, and we will roll this and just see what happens. And they will spread their damage quite equally alongside, but they have some coordination, and we see we're dropping this tank. Those tanks are dropping faster than the others. They're coordinating the attacks somewhat, but not really much. But that's a standard coordination if you don't have any buffs to it. And now let's see what happens if we max out initiative and max out coordination. Here we have the same example, the same tanks, nothing different there, but I have given the Germans a lot of extra coordination. We gain 10% extra here. We have given the tanks, signal companies, 46% in initiative, which is really, really good with coordination. We have also gone down the radio tree here, so we get extra coordination. And let's see what happens now. We are attacking. We see the bubble here. And let's see the enemy tanks. We really coordinate the attacks on one of the tanks here. Uh, that's gone. We coordinate once more on one tank. One more tank is going down. We saw the new one reinforced there. We picked it off really quickly here. So you see, we always pick the tank with the lowest organization, and that makes all the difference in this battle. So as you saw, the first battle, Germany lost, and with coordination, we won. So it was quite a difference, and these are just dummy tanks. I just designed them to show how this works. If you have really good tanks with a lot of soft attack that are outmatches your enemy, you will strike them down really, really quick by taking off one at a time and then just move forward. So how does this work then? In each battle, your units try to find targets. They try to find targets double their own width. So each unit finds a couple of targets. If you have a 30 width division, they will try to find targets that are up to 60 width. That could be 610 widths. It could be 130 width, 310 widths, and the combination. So they got a list of targets. When that's done, they have found their target list. This is where coordination comes into play. In the base game, at the base, you have 35% that will be coordinated to one target, and the rest of the damage will be equally spread along every target on that list. So you get one 35% damage that goes to one, and these other 65% will be divided among that one and the other ones equal to their width. So everyone get the same amount of damage except one that gained that 35% extra damage. But that 35% the extra damage, that is coordination, and that's what you can increase, the amount of damage going to one single unit. But somewhere here I always get the question, if there is a battle 4 versus 4, they coordinate on one, but they can coordinate on each and every one. Does it really matter? Will it just be random anyways? Here the targeting mechanics really kicks in because your coordination looks for the target on that target list with the lowest organization. So in every target list that you have on your units, they will search for the lowest organization. So this coordination, if you look on a bigger battle, will make your units fight against units with the lowest organization. Perhaps it could be 2 units or just 1 unit, but they will coordinate that attack, push it over the defense or breakthrough, and really giving that organization damage, so they will be kicked out of the battle. And after that you will have fewer units that will be, you will concentrate your firepower on. So it's really great when you have a lot of attack and a lot of coordination, and you will just win every battle because they will have that 4 times damage coming against them. They can't really defend against it. And there's also a bias in this targeting mechanic where your units want to hit the targets that they can have most successful attacks against. This means that a unit with a lot of soft attack will search for softer targets, and a unit with a lot hard attack will most often search for unit with more hardness, so they will really have successful attacks on them. There's also a bias for piercing. If you can't pierce your enemy, your units will try to avoid them, but it's not sure that they will. But the most important thing is that your units will attack the units with the least organization. And the more coordination you have, the more of your units will concentrate their attack on that specific unit. You will get 4 times the damage, and they will be kicked out of the fight, and you will start winning that battle. And the last thing I want to talk about is the signal company. Where do you want to put this signal company to really get that initiative, to really get coordination? I would say every choke point needs big coordination. So if you're gonna defend El Alamein, you want to have as much coordination as possible to push out your enemy units there. If you're defending Burma, the same thing. You really want coordination to really push out your enemy, making them have a big problem actually pushing through here. Uh, every attacking unit should have coordination, and as much coordination as possible, but of course you need to weigh that with soft attack, hard attack, but coordination is extremely important. I wouldn't use signal companies on the entire Eastern Front if you're playing against a good opponent, but for your attacking units, always have as much initiative and coordination as you can get. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Next week, we will release an initiative guide, just going deeper into what initiative does, because coordination is just a part of it. And if you want even more content, please check out our Patreon. We will have a link in this description. We will release one extra guide there every second week. And with that said, we will see you guys next time.